90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now. PokerTilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
Poker players, it's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deege Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders. Representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion, a true Deege player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the tables to be the best. And Deege Poker apparel shows everyone who you really are on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's D-E-E-G Poker.com. Deege Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go? RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo, or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker felt. So go there now with the promo code HOKE, that's H-O-K-E, for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1 way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and we are live back here at the World Series of Poker. And unfortunately, have some bad news for you Devo fans out there, and I'm one of them. Brian Devonshire has been eliminated from the World Series of Poker main event. He is out in 25th place. So we have no more Devo here at the WSOP. So Brian Devonshire eliminated. Kind of sad news there, but that'll take us down to 24 players. So we are playing 8-handed in there right now in the Amazon room. And these guys, well, that's kind of a tough break. But let's take a look at that elimination hand and a couple other that'll come up, and eventually we'll get Joe back in the other room too at some point. But Devo goes in on against Maximilian Seneft. Seneft min raises to 320. Devo goes all in for 2.69 million. And Seneft makes the call with an ace-jack against Devo's, and wow. And pushes with the ace-jack. All right. Devo in there with 10s, but a king-deuce-ace flop leaves Devo very much in trouble. Gets a queen on the turn, so he gets up to 3 outs on that. But unfortunately, he cannot catch up. And Brian Devonshire, of course, finished 13th in the main event a couple years ago, now with a 25th place finish. So Brian Devonshire eliminated from the World Series of Poker main event. So we say goodbye to Devo, taking us down to 24 here. William Tonking is doubled up. Tonking picks up a big hand here against, let's see, who is that? Sorry, bear with me for a second. Missing the updates, but Tonking is doubled up through Papa Constantino. So Tonking goes to 10, Papa Constantino down to 11.7. Scott Palmer taking a little bit of hit. He's down to 2.8. So Palmer trying desperately, after starting off this day with 700,000, little over 700,000 chips, trying to fight his way back into this tournament. Kierkegaard doubles up. Oh, and we did have another elimination. Kyle Kiernan has now been eliminated off the featured table. He runs into Politano's Kings. It's King Queen of Hearts against Kings for Politano. Excuse me. Got no help. And Kyle Kiernan eliminated from the World Series of Poker main event at 24th place. But definitely, Kieran, of course, 2 years ago was known for the big major blow-up after he led on day 5 and had a massive chip lead. But he is now redeemed himself, played very well, and he is now gone out in 24th, picks up $286,900. So we're now down to 23, and they have shifted to 7 players now down on the featured table. So a few eliminations here going very fast. Kierkegaard actually chopped a hand to stay alive. He's sitting at 2.8, so Kierkegaard fighting to try and stay in this tournament. Eddie Sabat goes to a little over 8 million as well. So Eddie Sabat continues to move forward here in this World Series. He started off, I believe, around 4.5 or 5 or so. Today, he is working his way up on the chip counts as well. Let's once again now reset, take a look at these chip counts for you. Let's see if we got everything updated. Not yet, so we'll hang on there a little bit. Once again, your chip leader here at the main event is Dan Sindelar. Sindelar sitting at 26 million. Martin Jacobson 19.8, trying now to chase Sindelar down. But that's where we stand right now. And Joe's going back inside the room. So we'll get some updates from inside the Amazon room in just a little bit. Joe will be keeping some eye on some hands for you. Once again, hey, we wanted to make sure we take a couple minutes and remind you first that we are going to be, the Mark Hoke Show is going to be in Calgary coming up here in a couple of weeks. Well, it looks like some more people heading out. I wonder if maybe we lost another player. Now Joe's in there right now, so we got the Skype line open ready for Joe to give us a call if he can and let us know what's happening. Of course, once again up in Calgary, CPT Summer Showdown, July 24th through August 3rd. $500,000 in guarantees going on up there. We'd love to see you there. The show will be there from July 31st through Sunday, August 3rd, covering the high roller and the main event for you. So we'll have a great time up in Calgary at the Gray Eagle Resort and Casino. Should be an awesome time. And, of course, we'll be up there with Poker News, the Ivy League, and Ivy League poker guys, and GPI. So it's going to be an exciting time for us. Check it out at CanadianPokerTour.tv. We'd love to have you join us up there in Calgary for the Canadian Poker Tour Summer Showdown. Yeah. By the way, while you're sitting there listen to us on the show, we certainly encourage you to do a little shopping. We have some freebies and discounts that you can get exclusively through the Mark Hoke Show. Team Poker Joker, you can pick up 10% off with the code VegasHoke on there. So go to teampokerjoker.com. You can grin and win with those guys today. Our good friends at Double Digit Covers, those of you who love to bet the sports, or even if you're just interested in doing so, go to doubledigitcovers.com, and you can sign up for free winners sent to your phone every day, or give them a call at 855-489-2700. That's 855-489-2700. Off-Tilt Poker Tables offering $300 off your next table. Give Brian a call at 262-490-3812. It's 262-490-3812. And, of course, Off-Tilt, the builder of the WSOP's RFID table, along with Deep Stacks, two-pair Mid-States Poker Tour. I mean, pretty much anybody that's anybody is using an off-tilt poker table. So give them a check. Check them out at offtiltpokertables.com. Let's see. And we also, of course, other discounts, 15% off at Arctic Blue Cooling Towels. It is not cool to stay hot, so get 15% off plus free shipping at arcticblu.com. And with your code MarkHokeShow is the one you want to use, MarkHokeShow. Run Good Gear's got 10% off with the code Hoke. Find your Run Good today with their amazing gear at rungoodgear.com. And look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel, 20% off with the code Hoke at blindsquirrelapparel.com. All right, so some good deals for everybody, courtesy of the Mark Hoke Show. All right, so they keep going. Sarah Grant just keeps walking by, and I just keep falling in love every time.
Just every time.
Every time.
And I never get sick of it.
All right. Oh, I'll tell you what, she is something else, isn't she, kids? And, of course, don't forget, if you haven't ever listened to the show before, I know we're probably going to be getting some new listeners today. We are on KLAV 1230 AM here in Las Vegas, which also goes out on KLAV1230am.com on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock, so Pacific time, so we'd love to have you join us on there. This week's guest, Chad Holloway, top reporter of Poker News. Plus, in 2 weeks, we'll be seeing Greg Merced. Scheduled to have Greg, unless he decides to leave Las Vegas, which I wouldn't blame him. But Greg Merson, world champion, plan to join us there as well. Also, we, of course, do have our great podcast. You can go to iTunes, Mark Hoke Show, or, of course, markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're on podbean.com there. So check out our podcast there. Also available on Rounders Radio and Poker Fuse. All right. And, and our YouTube videos are up as well. I almost forgot about those. I knew there was something that was going to blow off there. Just type in Mark Hoke, do search, and you'll find all our great videos from the World Series of Poker. Some classic moments with people like Gavin Smith and Linda Johnson. Phil Ivey made an appearance, and so much more on those videos. So make sure you check those out. YouTube, just punch in Mark Hoke, and off you go. All right. So once again, let's see if we have any new updates, and Joe's also in the room as well. Luis Velador takes a hit from Max Seneft. So once again, you always see somebody in the bottom of that top 20 of those 27 players start to make a run and get back into it. And it appears right now that Maximilian Seneft is that guy. So Seneft goes to 9.7, taking those chips off Velador. And, wow, I mean, this is going to be a riot. I mean, these guys are just beating the hell out of each other in there. Of course, Seneft, the player from Vienna, Austria, continues to his assault on the World Championship. And just to give you a little bit of information about him, if I can find it, I had it, I swear to God. Yep, there we go. Seneft from Austria, listed as 6 cashes in his career, total winnings of $82,811. His top finish was a 3rd place in a PokerStars EBT Berlin Season 9 event number 32. It was a no-limit hold'em 6-handed turbo for $28,512. That is the biggest cash of his career to this point, but obviously that number is going up just a little bit. So Maximilian Seneft from Austria looking to try to become the new world champion. We'll see if he can swing it. All right, and then once again, Joe in the room, going to try and get us some updates on anything happening in there. It's important. We have pizza coming, thank God. We may be eating on the air. I'm not sure. We'll find out. But once the players take their break, and we'll see if we can grab anybody to stop by, we will take a little 20-minute break as well, just to give ourselves a breather, and then come back with more from the World Series of Poker. At the moment now, Iron Lightborn also took a hit a little while ago, and he has fallen down to $1.2 million. So Lightborn in some major trouble over on table number 3 right now as he tries to hang on. The player from the London, United Kingdom. Had a great poker name, by the way. That would have been a very good one to have on the final table. Give me 1 second. We'll give you a little more information about Lightborn. There we go. Of course, Iron Lightborn out of the United Kingdom, and there it is right there. I should start clearing out some of the guys that get eliminated on these files. 7 cashes for him, lifetime winnings of only $41,000. He's one of those underdog stories that we had going on in here. His biggest cash of his career was a 68th place at the Seminole Hard Rock in April 2014. So I'm guessing that was probably the $5 million guarantee they had down there. Actually, it's the main event. So 68th place for him at the main event. Highest place, second place, runner-up in the Grosvenor UK Poker Tour Leg 2 No Limit Hold'em shorthanded event. Won $8,339 in that one as a runner-up. So Lightborn, another one of the guys that are in this field right now that not a lot of experience and hasn't really got a chance to shine on the big stage very much. And, now he's trying to fight his way back off the short stack. Blinds are currently on level 31. We are at 80,000, 160,000 with a 20,000 ante. So that very short stack there, not in good shape. Of course, costing you 240,000 right now, plus your blinds, and of course they're playing 8-handed. So this is 400,000 a rotation at this point. You got the 80 plus the 160, 240, plus then the antes. 8 of those is 160,000. So 400,000 right now to play a rotation of poker on these 8-handed tables, and Lightborn is at 1.2. So that pretty much tells you the dire straits that he's in at this point as he tries to survive. Maybe looking for a double or a triple up here to get back into this. And let's see, we'll check in once again, Joe Payne on the inside of the room right now, kind of keeping us some updates. Palmer has picked up a little bit of chips, as did Tonking. But nothing too action-packed on those. But once again, down to 23 players remaining here at the World Series of Poker main event. We are playing down to 9, no matter what time it is. But that means we're actually only 14 eliminations away. It's not too far off. And once again, your chip counts for everybody that we have updated right now. Dan Sindelar lost 1 million chips, but he's still at 25 million, a pretty good number that would get you into November 9 if you can finish with that. Martine Jacobson, 19,800,000. Bruno Politano has got the Vuvuzela going on in there, 18,900,000. Luis Velador is in fourth at 13.9. William Papa Constantino at 11,700,000. Thomas Sara is at 11.3. He is one of the big underdog stories in this tournament. William Tonking is at 10,700,000. Mark Newhouse, 9,790,000. And just curious to see if we may have an elimination in the room there, because a lot of people come out hitting their phones. So we're kind of waiting. And the poker news, a lot of the poker media is chasing somebody down the hallway. Fortunately, I was looking at what I was doing. I didn't get to see it. So we'll try and give you an update on what's happening there if we lost anybody. Once again, Mark Newhouse, of course, chasing history right now, trying to become the first person in the November 9 era to reach 2 final tables, much less going back-to-back, which is, of course, he's trying to do here today. He finished 9th last year and is just biding his time. He's sitting at 9.7 right now, not far off what he made it with last year. So Newhouse trying to get the job done here and get to the November 9. Max Senf, 9.7. Andrei Zaichenko, 8.9. Eddie Sabata's at 8 million. Felix Stevenson, 7.98. Jort Van Hoof, 7.4. Dan Smith at 7 million. Craig McCorkle, 6.8. Christopher Graves at 3.765. Leif Force has chipped up a little bit, got about 500,000 chips back, and he is at 3.5. And Donny Larabe, 2.9. And that would have to be a disappointing finish for him, considering where he started off the day. Urain Kirignard, 2.8. Scott Palmer, 2.8. And Iron Lightborn, 1.2. All right, and we'll see if we got an update, any more updates. Like I said, Joe is kind of hanging out in the room there, too, if anything interesting happens. I believe he's pretty much covering the featured table right now. right. So just hanging in there right now. Of course, I know we're live, and of course, having the guts to go live means we're going to usually have some dead points in a 12 or 14-hour broadcast. It's going to happen. But we are right now hanging in there and waiting to see if anything else happens over the next couple of minutes. We'll take once the players take their first break, we're going to take a break right afterward for about 20 minutes, take a breather. And, of course, so we also have our dinner break coming up when the players go on break. But otherwise, we're going to be with you all the way here live from the World Series of Poker main event. It has been an incredible World Series this year. So many players stepping up and winning their first bracelets. Some other dominant players stepping in again. There's like Davide Katai and Vanessa Selps winning their third bracelets. It has been a sensational World Series, including events like the Millionaire Maker and, of course, the record-breaking Monster Stack tournament. It has just been, some downtimes in here, too. A little disappointing. But for the most part, it's been a very, quality World Series. For overall, good scheduling, except maybe the women's event next to the Monster Stack. I believe I may have heard some clapping coming out of the Amazon room. So once again, we'll see if Joe can get us an instant update here from inside the Amazon room. All right. We're kind of in a dead spot here at the moment, but I'm sure we're going to see some more news here pretty soon. Let's take another look on our updates while Joe is hanging out watching the action. And it looks like McCorkle and Stevenson have gotten it moving a little bit here. And another loss of chips by Martin Jacobson. Politano opens for $350,000 from the hijack seat. Jacobson 3 bets it to $850. Politano makes the call. And it goes check, a king on the turn. Politano checks. And eventually we get to the river. Politano leads out for $975,000. Jacobson folds. So Jacobson loses a few more chips on that. Stevenson gets into it with McCorkle here. Let's see. And McCorkle folds up a hand to Stevenson with a bet of $850,000. So Bruno Politano has now officially cracked the 20 million chip barrier. Jacobson has gone down to 18. How about that? Mark Newhouse still at 9.5. Stevenson goes to 8.9. Zaichenko is at 8.4. Eddie Sabat 7.7. McCorkle goes to 6.2. And, of course, that is the featured table right now. So Martin Jacobson is slowly seeing those chips drift away. Started the day off with a little over 22 and now is down to 18. So Martin Jacobson, of course, led this tournament after day 1A and unfortunately, was trying to become the first player to ever lead in the November 9 era on day 1, but still and win the world title. But right now, that is starting to fall into jeopardy as Jacobson has just stumbled on this table since we lost a couple of players early on here in the main event. Bruno Politano has, and now it'll be interesting to see those. By the way, those guys are sitting next to each other, at least at the moment, until we see some shifting on this table. That group is actually playing 7-handed right now, but Politano and Jacobson are sitting next to each other with Politano having position, or Jacobson having position on him, but still a chance for Politano if he continues to stay aggressive to possibly push Jacobson around a little bit more. This could be a really bad spot for Jacobson after letting some potential eliminations get away on this table. And we do have another elimination. Jorin Kierkegaard is out. Kierkegaard eliminated here from the World Series of Poker main event. Of course, Kierkegaard and we'll get the information on him here for you. The last Frenchman standing in this tournament has over $1 million in cashes, 18, and does have a championship under his belt as well. Most recently, cashed over at the Club WPT or the WPT 500. but he is now gone. Of course, winning 100 had some massive cashes, including winning the WPT main event in Malta in 2012, a $372,000 cash, fourth place finish at the EPT Deauville, season 8 on that, and also an EPT Copenhagen where he finished fourth for $202,000. But it is not going to happen today, as Jorain Kierkegaard has been eliminated from the World Series of Poker main event. That is going to take that table down to 7, and oh boy, here we go. You can just start to feel it now. We inch closer and closer to that November 9. 22 players remaining here in the World Series of Poker main event. And Joe is reporting that we are now down to 20. I don't know if that's, make sure that's correct or not. But yeah, we've just got a report from Joe inside the room that we are down to 20 players now here at the main event. So a couple more eliminations have apparently taken place. And as soon as Joe can get us the information, we'll let you know who else went down. But we are down to 20. So we lost Kierkegaard at 23rd. But we're going to find out from Joe, because that would mean 2 more players have gone down here at the main event. So we'll let you know who they are as soon as Joe gives us the go-ahead on what's happening. But right now, of course, 7-handed, according to what I've got out here, we're at 7, 7, and 8. But like I said, Joe reporting we've got 2 more down, and let's get Joe on the phone here. Joe, what's up?
Oh, we just had a 3-way hand. Let me just kind of recap here. Felix opened the button. Felix opened the pot by raising at 350. Eddie set back cold, and it was folded around back to Martin Jacobson, the big blind call. So the 3 of them took the flop at 350 a pop, and the flop came out deuce of clubs, 3 of hearts, 9 of diamonds. It was checked all the way around. 7 of clubs came on the turn, and Eddie, Felix bet 425, and Eddie called, and Martin Jacobson folded, and Ace of Spades came on the river, and Felix bet 575. Eddie called, Felix showed an ace, and Eddie mucked his hand, and Felix took down a pot, which is a little bit over $2 million. And we're down to 20 players. So
okay, well, we only have out here 22. So what were the last 2 eliminations that we had? We had
you know what, they happened at the other 2 tables, and I'm by the feature table. They don't have the names of the players that went out, but we are down to 20 players.
Okay, so as soon as we get an update on who went down there,
yeah,
we'll let you know. But the boys are not being afraid to mix it up at the featured table right now.
No. And since I've been gone, Kyle is one of the players that was eliminated from the feature table. That's when I walked back in the room, but they just lost 2 other players. But Kyle was one of them. I know that.
All right.
Kyle Kiernan was one of the players that was eliminated. But we are down to 20, and as soon as I get an exact name on the 2 last players that went out, I will get back to you on that.
Okay. I did get one of them here. Actually, Aaron Lightbourne is now out, so Lightbourne has been eliminated. So that means we're going to see somebody get moved over to the other table. So Lightbourne is gone, and let's see if I can find the other one here.
The feature table only has 7 players right now, but it looks like it's 7, 7, and 6 right now.
All right.
20 players. So.
And the other player that went down is Leif Force. Force is out in 21st.
Okay.
So. And we're hearing more clapping coming in from behind you, Joe. What do we?
Actually, that was one of the auxiliary, of the secondary feature table, and there's a pretty good crowd sitting around. I think someone just took down a pot, but
okay.
No one got eliminated. It was just a rail on one of the players' fans celebrating the pot.
Okay, so
we got 7. We got just about 8 minutes to go in this level. And we're down to 20 players.
All right. So Force and Lightbourne out. All right, Joe, thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, we'll get more reports as we go here. live from the World Series of Poker on some big hands happening. But once again, we have seen this tournament already dwindle down to 20. And I would imagine we're going to see a move. Somebody's going to get shifted over to the third table from the second one. They are 8-7-6. So someone has probably gotten shifted over. Well, someone will have gotten shifted over to the other table. But that certainly that certainly makes things interesting. My goodness. So down to 20 here at the main event. Wow. All right. And once again, of course, we're live here on the Mark Hoke Show. We're having a great time bringing you all the action here from the World Series of Poker main event. And Joe's calling again. Let's get Joe back on. Joe, what's up? What's going on?
We might have a big hand brewing here at the final table. Bruno, Brazilian raised, and Martin Jacobson just popped them back to 900,000, and Bruno was grabbing some chips, and looks like he may be calling this raise.
Okay.
So we got looks like we just stand by because we might have a big pop brewing at the future table.
Wow. So Politano and Jacobson hooking it up, and boy, this has got potential disaster written all over for Martin Jacobson.
Nope. Bruno just folded.
All right, so
Bruno
Jacobson
just folded to the race.
All right, so Jacobson picks up
I'll
that
get back
pot.
to you if something else comes up.
Okay, thank you.
All right, okay, bye.
All right, so live updates going on from inside the Amazon room. Joe on the featured table at this point, and we'll see if we can get the information about who has ended up where because of the blood spilling on the far table, their table 3. Kiergnard out, Force out, and Lightborn out. So that table actually got knocked down to 5. So we should be playing 7, 7, and 6 at this point. Yeah, so probably should be getting one more off that table. But yeah, we'll get those table draws in just a minute. I'm sure we'll get an update from somebody on that one. Wow, Velador wins a hand queen high, by the way. Dan Smith has taken a hit. William Talking down to 10. Smith is at 5.7. Von Hoof at 6.7. Maheen at 40 at 4.5. But Iron Lightborn, of course, knocked out here in 22nd place, picks up $286,900. Wow, and the Sindelar gets him ace-queen against queens. Oh, my goodness. And so Sindelar putting a beat on Iron Lightborn for his last few million chips, and that is going to do it for Lightborn as he is eliminated in 22nd place. Wow. Well, hate to see players go down like that, but that's how it goes sometimes in here, kids. It's the World Series of Poker main event. All right, and just trying to, once again, see if we can get an update on those table draws, because obviously that is huge at this point. With the players, so many eliminations taking place so quickly, these guys getting shifted around, they're going to have to make these adjustments and seeing, dealing with their table position and who's where and so on. Dan Sindelar, your chip leader right now, $26,400,000. Bruno Politano has gone over the 20 million chip mark. He's at $20,050,000. Martin Jacobson listed at 18.6. That may have evened out there, given that last hand Joe just reported. So they probably might be both around 19. Luis Velador at 14 million. William Papa Constantino, 11.7. Thomas Sara, the rookie, is at the tournament rookie is at 11,300,000. William Tonking at 10.42 million. Mark Newhouse, Maximilian Senef, the 9.7. Newhouse about 9.6. Felix Stevenson 8.9. Zaichenko 8.4. Sabat 7.7. Jort Van Hoof 6.7. Kemps at 6.4. McCorkle 6.2. Smith 5.7. Larabi 5.2. Maheen 4.5. Force is out. Graves 3.1. Palmer 2.8. All right, so 20 players left here, which means we're only 11 eliminations away from our November 9. And how exciting is that? I mean, this has been 7 down already. But, of course, one thing that we may end up seeing here for a little bit is these guys are close to the jump in pay, which we haven't really got to talk about for a little bit here. But if you take a look at the prize pool right now, these guys are currently in the 19 to 27 range, which is $286,900. If you make that jump to the next slot, it's going to be $347,521. So you're talking about $60,000 if you get reckless. So these players, I'm sure, are going to be battening down the hatches a little bit on these next 2 eliminations. All right, let's take a break, and we're going to come right back with more here live from the World Series of Poker main event. Of course, here on the Mark Hoke Show, I am the aforementioned Mark Hoke, and thank you for joining us here today as we will continue to get you updates here from the World Series of Poker main event as we close in on our November 9. So stick around, everybody. We will be right back.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo, or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker fell. So go there now with a promo code HOKE, that's HOKE, for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now, go gear up.
When it comes to custom poker tables, why would you buy something someone else designed and even named for their sales or marketing purposes?
The Nighthawk, the Gambler, the Big Slick, the Nuts.
Sure, you can customize it if you want, as long as you choose between black, red, or even green cloth, but that's about it. When you choose to play off tilt, it's not just another table, it's your table. The same price gets you a fully custom designed table that reflects your style and game. Off tilt makes it easy to design a truly one-of-a-kind custom poker table that'll give you home table advantage. Sure, Off Tilt could name their tables for marketing purposes, but why? It's not ours. We don't play on it. And to be honest, there are over 1,000 named Off Tilt tables worldwide, including the WSOP, the Deep Stacks Poker Tour, the Jonathan Papelbon, as well as Julie's, Chris's, Scott's, Amber's, Tristan's, just to name a few. So let us add your name to the list and deliver a truly custom-crafted, furniture-quality poker table worthy of your game. Visit www.offtiltpokertables.com or call Brian Knott today at 262-490-3812. We'll show you why Off Tilt is the only way to play.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at DoubleDigitCovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at DoubleDigitCovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1, one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final 9 Comic.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
Poker players, it's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deej Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders. Representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion, a true Deej player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the tables to be the best. And Deej Poker apparel shows everyone who you really are on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's D-E-E-G Poker.com. Deej Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back live, and another elimination has taken place. Dan Smith has been knocked out of the World Series of Poker main event. Wow. Dan is gone. He is loses, I believe, his ace-king to fours, but Dan Smith, and boy, he doesn't look happy. Dan is actually just walking out the door, and I don't think ESPN's trying to chase Dan down, and I don't know how that's going to work out. But Dan Smith has been eliminated from the World Series of Poker main event, and that is going to take us down to 19 already. So 10 players, and this is going to be over. Boy, I'll tell you what, Joe, I hope this pace keeps up. I know. How about that? Are they on break right? Are they on break right now too?
Yeah, they went break.
Okay.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan. Dan had
Pat Lyons is here, by the way. Got to make sure.
Dan had Ace King and
Ace King. Okay, yeah,
Ace King against pocket fours, and that's why Dan was almost literally running down the hallway.
He did not look pleased.
God. Hey, we want to thank Metro Pizza, by the way, and I'm from New York, so I'm a kind of a connoisseur on pizzas. And so there isn't much of a choice here in Las Vegas for good pizzas, but Metro Pizza is one of them.
They are.
And they were kind enough to send 2 pies down to the Mark Hoke Show.
Yeah!
So we want to thank Ann, the manager over at the Metro Pizza on Decatur.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you. We love you.
They're in the Food for Less shopping center, and I'm quite often a customer there. And we do appreciate Metro sending some pies down to keep us hydrated and nourished, so to speak.
There you go.
We're going to eat them now?
We're getting there. Yeah, if you want to, go ahead and dig in. I'll get you
I'm starving.
I am too, but
thank you. Thank you, Metro Pizza.
Thank you, Metro. Yay, Metro. Boom. So we get an elimination and pizza. This is what happens on a live broadcast, folks. But, so Dan Smith out, 19 players left here at the World Series of Poker main event. 10 to go. And that's hard to believe when I tell you what, Joe's shoving some food down his gullet, but it's hard to believe that we have gotten this many players out so fast. Now, of course, we are on a pay jump coming up here. That's about a $55,000 pay jump. So we'll see if anybody else is going to go in here too quickly. But Dan Smith out here at the World Series of Poker main event. Unbelievable. Hey, guys, by the way, if you're listening to the show and you're in there as a guest, please go to ustream.tv. You get in the chat box, interact with us. If you'd also like to join us, give us a call at 702-997-3015. We'd love to hear from you. Or you can catch me on my Skype account at MarkHoke5150. And, of course, if you're brand new to the show, follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and on Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show. We'd love to have you be a part of us there. Always fun to do. So once again, down to 19 players left here at the World Series of Poker main event, and a very displeased Dan Smith coming out there. He's phoning it up. All right. So... And Dan Sindelar, by the way, is taking a hit. They don't have the Dan Smith elimination up there yet, but Sindelar has fallen back down to 21. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's Palmer, by Joe. That's Palmer. So we're just seeing who we can grab for you here. Kevin Mathers over there doing his thing. Look at Kevin Mathers, everybody. He comes. Here he comes. How about that? And if Kevin comes on, he gets a piece of pizza.
The first one. First one? Where's the pizza?
Oh, we got it over here. You have to do the interview first, though. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, Kevin. You should know better.
Right, well, I'm hungry. Come on.
Yeah, well,
What do you want me to do?
let's say hi to Kevin. Right. Kevin, how about that? Down to 19 already today. What do you think?
I mean, to be honest, in the first hour of the full level, we had no one out, and it was like we lost 2 players in that 44 minutes, and then it really slowed down, and then we just lost 5 players.
Yeah,
it's been. I'm happy. We've lost 5 players. We lost, or something like that. We lost
a bunch.
19. We lost a bunch. Thank you.
Yes.
So we lost 2, and then we lost another 5.
Well, your impressions of what's going on in here now in terms of the players that are remaining. Because honestly, it just seems like everybody's getting up and then going back down, and no one is really trying to take this and run away with it.
Yeah, it's definitely. I've been watching mostly the feature table. It's basically now right between Jacobson and Bruno Palatano, and they're both about 20 million right now. I believe Dan Sindelar still is now the chip leader, was over 23 million. There's definitely no ones that sort of taking the reins and just run away with it. Sindelar's definitely moved up quite a bit today, but I think when we combine the 18, we may see some of that happening. But it's sort of like someone like a Scott Palmer who's been hanging around all day. He was the shortest. I believe he was the shortest stack when we started today. It was under 800,000.
Yep.
And he's still in this thing. He's I assume at this point he's just basically hanging on to get another pay jump. We still have a couple of short stacks that started today that are in this, so it's going to be quite a battle. It's basically everyone's going to be trying to get to that 18th spot at this point.
If you had to give me 2 or 3 names out of the remaining 19 that you think are going to get there, give me the Kev Math locks.
Okay, I picked I had a dream final table, and I'm going to say Jacobson. I'm going to say I said Jacobson, Newhouse. He was there last year. I think Palatano is going to be in there. I think those are my 3 locks at the moment: Jacobson, Palatano, and Newhouse.
Other than the chip count, why do you say Palatano?
I sort of want Palatano because I wanted to get that Brazilian rail.
Yeah.
We haven't really had. Brazil's had a lot of disappointments recently.
Yes, just a few.
Yeah, just a few. But this is having a horde of Brazilians in the Penn Tower Theater in November would be pretty awesome. And we've never really had that. Not this year either. There was no great Brazilian, no Brazilian rails this year. But if we can get Palatano and Craig McCorkle, a previous bracelet winner, UK player, get those 2 groups together, I think we'll have some fun.
Oh, good God! It'll be like a World Cup in there.
Yeah, that's what I want. It's a World Series of Poker, not the U.S. Series of Poker.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But the Vuvuzela can stay home.
Yeah, it's not really. It's like a fake Vuvuzela, I think.
Oh, it's not even a real one.
No, it doesn't sound like one. It's not when they hear it played. It hasn't been played that often, so maybe they squashed it right too early. But it's not that Vuvuzela sound that you recall from the last World Cup.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. So.
By the way, Thomas _SWE in the chat box says, "Yay, Kev Math."
Yay, Kev Math.
See, you've got fans.
Yes, I have 1 fan. Thank you, SWE.
There you go.
That's right.
No,
Right.
well,
Pizza.
all right. Well, Kevin is dying for a piece of pizza.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
gotta
gonna let
go- I gotta
Kevin
go to work.
Yeah,
I got
Kevin's
work to
working too. So
What we got?
so Kevin gets a piece of pizza. I'll be the last one to get a piece of pizza here. All right. So once again, 19 players left here at the World Series of Poker main event, and you got it, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Players on break. Yeah, I got more stuff dumped over here, so we just need a drink. All right. So once again, let's see if we get an update. I would imagine Mickey Doft has those chip counts updated now. He'd have to. He's the man. If Mickey doesn't have chip counts updated, I'm going to go hunt him down. So once again, 19 players left. Now they still don't have that even updated on Dan Smith's elimination hand updated here yet. Give me 1 second and see if we got it. Ta-da. And yep, there we go. Okay, so featured table right now is Politano, Jacobson, Sabat, McCorkle, Zaichenko, and Newhouse are on the featured table at the moment. Let's see. Yeah, unfortunately didn't get the... Yeah, haven't got the Dan Smith hand updated, anything on that yet. Leif Force on his hand loses to Graves. Graves went all over the top, all in, and Force made the call. It was Ace 10 against King Queen of Diamonds. Wow, and a 9-10-10 flop. Force not so happy about it, and unfortunately didn't get the help he needed with the jack, and out goes Leif Force. Was out in 21st place. So we're waiting to get the update on the Dan Smith hand. Of course, it was Ace-King against fours. Dan went in with the Ace-King, and it does not hold up. So we say goodbye to Dan Smith. Got to be a little bit disappointed out in 20th place. So once again, 19 players remaining. On the table 3 right now, it is Sindelar, Sara, Kemps, Graves, Larabe, and Palmer. Palmer has been moved over to table number 3. So once again, that table is Dan Sindelar, the chip leader, Thomas Sara, the rookie, who's gone up to 13,995,000 chips, and Andoni Larabe 7.5, Oscar Kemps 5.8. Graves 5.5, Palmer 3.8. All right, so once again, 6-handed on that table. The feature table is Politano at 18,950,000, Jacobson at 18.4, so they've about leveled out. But down, Felix Stevenson 10.8, Newhouse 9.8, Zaichenko 8.7, Sabat 6.2, McCorkle 5.8. That would take us to the final, the table 2. And unfortunately, I don't have an updated chip count, but that table, a moment, and so there you go. Thank you for shifting. I appreciate that. Is Papa Constantino, Van Hoof, Tonking, Velador, Senft, and Maheen. So 6 players. So once again, we're playing 7, 6, and 6 at the moment, and some big stacks over on the second table, and a pretty could be shaping up to be a very interesting battle between Jacobson and Politano. All right, so that's about where we are at the moment, and I think the players are headed back in. So that is my cue to take a break. So we're going to take about I'll probably take about 10 or 15 minutes, but if you want to follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, I'll let you know exactly when we come back on. But we're going to take a breather here, shut the mics down, and come back here in just a little bit. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We are live here at the World Series of Poker main event. 19 players remaining. Going down to 9 for that November 9th. Stick around, everybody. We will see you on the other side of the break. Thanks for joining us.